scrimmage. Takes it. Back to pass. Blitz coming. In the end zone throws. Got it. Touchdown. Penn State. Jawan Johnson and the Nittany Lions at the wire win it.
What a thrill it was in Iowa City on Saturday night. It came down to the final drive for Penn State to come away with a win in that one. Joining us now for more is their defensive coordinator, Brent Pry. Brent, bring us back into the action and to the sideline on that final play. What's running through your mind?
Well, to be honest, a lot of prayers. I had my hands on my knees and, you know, had a lot of faith in the offense. We've been in those two-minute situations a bunch of times against those guys in practice, and we know how tough they are and how competitive they are. And Trace McSorley, certainly the playmaker, the clutch guy you'd want in that situation, and you know, very thankful and blessed that you know, the guys came through successful once again.
What did you see on that final play from your perspective down there?
There's a lot going on. There's some crossing routes, and you know, Trace loosened up in the pocket, gave him a chance to kind of see things and let things play out a little bit. I believe Iowa brought a little bit of pressure there. And, you know, he bought himself some time to let that work out and find the open guy.
Your defense also came through in the final two drives for Iowa. So what was your message to your defensive core heading into those last final drives?
Yeah, it was a competitive game. You know, we know what Iowa is all about on offense. And, you know, running the ball and the play actions, and they're just so good at what they do. And, you know, the message was, let's stop the run. Let's try and get them out of their element. And, you know, we were able to do that for the most part on the day.
And then bring us back into the locker room after the game. What was the player reaction to this win?
Yeah, it's so exciting. We pour so much into this as players and coaches. And a hard-fought battle like that in a very tough environment, to come out on the right side of things and to get a victory, you know, just so gratifying to everybody. And, you know, I think that win embodies a lot of what's happening here at Penn State with our football team. And that's, you know, we find ways to win as a team. And that game in itself had several different scenarios play out where, you know, the offense was needed, the defense was needed, the kicking game was needed, and, you know, whatever side of the ball it was came through at the right time to, you know, to merit a victory. So it was a good team win.
And a big key to that also is Saquon Barkley putting up Heisman numbers, setting a school record, 358 all-purpose yards. But what did his performance on Saturday night tell you?
We've been seeing that since day one on campus from Saquon. We're thankful as defensive coaches we don't have to, he doesn't get too many touches in practice, so. But he's such an unbelievable young man. You know, when some of your best players are your hardest workers and your most humble members of your team, it goes so far. You can't say enough good things about Saquon on and off the field. Like everybody else, you know, the plays that I did get to see, just a special player, very gifted, very hard to defend. He's a matchup problem in the throw game. You load the box and they get him out, and you know, it's just he's a guy that, you know, when you sit in there and watch the film, how you going to slow him down? Not how you're going to stop him. How are you going to slow him down and make him go somewhere else with the ball? So he's a special player.
That remains to be the question. How do you slow down Saquon Barkley? Let's get to another one of your hard workers on D, Torrance Brown, who went down with a season-ending injury 2 weeks ago. The team made it clear they wanted to win for him on Saturday, and Sharif Miller changed his number to number 19 to commemorate him. What does that tell you about the defensive guys you have on your team?
Well, I think we have a very close unit. We don't necessarily have an all-star. We don't have a Saquon Barkley on our side of the ball. We've got some very good players. We've got some guys that are, you know, having the start to a nice senior season. But, you know, we play together. That's kind of been our MO since last year, and suffered through some injuries, and we were able to come out on the right side of things last season because of our closeness, our unity, next man up mentality. And so we've got a real real strong brotherhood. And, you know, I think that when Torrance went down, that was, you know, that hurt everybody, and especially his fellow Wild Dogs. And, you know, to have Sharif want to do that doesn't surprise me. The way the front played in the game doesn't surprise me. And I think they had Torrance in mind snap after snap on Saturday.
Team unity is a common denominator for this Penn State team. A lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with the head coach, James Franklin. What do you like about coaching under a guy like him?
Well, I think James, you know, he recognizes, and one of the things I love about working for him, that it's more than the X's and O's. And it's about the player development on and off the field. It's about keeping it fun, keeping it competitive, you know, shared hardships. There's just so many good things that he recognizes and identifies that are important to team success. And I think that's where, you know, in the end, that's where it lies. And we've got a good hold on that. We've got great leadership from him. And I think it's reflected in our football team, absolutely.
And Brent, as you look ahead to this weekend, you have Indiana coming up next. After reviewing the film, I'm sure this week, what are some areas you want to address heading into Saturday's game?
This is a really good offense. They throw and catch as well as anybody will see. Got a lot of respect for their quarterback, tremendous respect for their wide receivers. They've always done a good job with their offensive line. You know, they gave us a good test out there at their place last year, and we expect nothing less this week.
All right, Brent, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck to you and your team the rest of the way.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.